Hello, everyone. Pleasant evening to you. And how are you doing today? I am super excited for us to be having this section. So, if you're online, let me know you're online. Let me know where you're watching me from. Please use the comment section. I want to engage with you. So, let me know where you're watching me from if you are online. Pleasant evening, everyone. I can see 4 people online already, so that's quite interesting. So, please just let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know where you're joining this live section from. Yes. I want you to please use the chat. So let me know where you're watching, where you're joining us from. You can tell us your name and tell us your location. I really want to get to know where you're joining us from. And please also tell me if I'm audible and if I'm visible. I had a little technical challenge trying to connect. So I want to be sure that I am audible and I am visible. Yes. So if you are online, please tell me if I'm audible and I am visible. Please tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat if I am audible and I am visible. Yes, I'm looking forward to your chat. Pleasant evening, everyone. Just tell me where you're joining us from. Tell me if I'm audible and I am visible. Yes. Yes. Okay, good evening. Good evening, Mia. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to you. Joining from Lagos. Oh, interesting. How is Lagos today? I learned there have been quite some flooding in some areas of Lagos. How is Lagos today? And hope you're good. Hope you're fine and your area is fine as well. Okay, so let me know if you can hear me clearly and you can see me clearly before we go into the session this evening, right? I wouldn't want us to exceed 1 hour, so it's been raining for days. Oh my, wow. It is well. It's been raining for days. Okay, thank you, Mia, for that confirmation. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name very well, but please forgive me. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining. Tell me where you're joining us from, and just confirm to me that you can hear me clearly and you can see me clearly. Yes. So just tell me where you're joining us from and just confirm to me that you can hear me and see me clearly. Okay, we have 5 persons online already. Beautiful. So I think we should get right straight into it. My name is Favour Excellence Olatunde, and I'm excited to be having this section with you this evening. The Wealthconomy is a vision that seeks to champion financial inclusion and create an enabling environment for individuals to achieve their financial goals and achieve your financial goals through making more money, effective money management, and opportunities for you to multiply your money. And how do you multiply your money? Basically through investments and other opportunities that will help you to be able to multiply your money. That's a brief about what Wealthconomy is all about. Currently, we have active savers in our community that are, taking bold steps and achieving great results in their financial journey by saving with us. So you are welcome to be part of us. It's free, it's completely free to be part of us. You're welcome to be part of us. Just all you just need to do is to sign up to be an active saver, and then there are lots of benefits ahead for you. So that's a bit about Wealthconomy, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Some of you joined the Telegram channel this evening. Thank you so much for joining. If you have questions, you can also ask from the Telegram channel and we would respond to you. Okay, if you need direct support, you can also reach out and we would also respond to you. Thank you, Lisa from Cross River. Oh, interesting. Nuradine, thanks for joining. Good to see your chats again. Yeah, I guess you are joining from a degree, right? Yes, from a degree. Great. How is Maiduguri today? And hope it's not been raining for days as well. Get straight into the section, or as a way of getting into this conversation. While we are in the conversation, please, if you have questions, kindly drop it in the chat. So I have the chat open by my side and I'll be reading and going through the chat. So key points that resonates with you, please drop it in the chat. If you have questions that you want me to answer, please drop it in the chat and I'm going to respond to all of your questions by God's grace before we leave this session this evening. Now, I want to ask you a question. I'll start by asking you a question. Do you think that what you need is more money or money mastery? Right. Yes. Do you think what you need right now is more money or money mastery? And when we say money mastery, we are talking about knowledge about money, knowing how to better manage your finances and how to better navigate, financial challenges. So what do you think you need right now? More money or money mastery? I want to see your response in the chat. So please drop it in the chat. What do you think you need right now? Like it's a pressing need for you right now. Do you need more money or you need more money mastery? So please drop it in the chat because that's going to open up the conversation that we are having tonight. We are talking about smart money habits. So we want to really touch a few key points that I believe that would help you and would give you an answer of peace and would not just give you an answer of peace, but also help you to make the required commitments that you need to be able to achieve greater heights in your financial journey. So Bright, thanks for joining. Bright says both. Okay. You said I think money mastery. Okay, interesting. And Radin, money mastery. Interesting. Okay, that's great. So 3 answers. Yes. Lisa says I need more money, please. Okay, that's kind of very interesting. So there's what we call the money cycle, right? What I like to call the money cycle is just like a circle, right? And at the tip of the circle, what we have is making money, right? Because when it comes to money, the first point is you making it, right? Or you having it, right? And then the next on the circle is managing money. And then the last point on the circle is multiplying money. Now, the interesting thing is that this circle goes round. So you make money, you manage money, you multiply money. But what a lot of people do not understand is that money comes to everybody. Yes, you may say you need more money, or you are not making enough money, or your salary is not enough, or the money you are making from your business is not enough, right? But money comes to everybody in different forms, either as gifts if you are maybe if you are not yet working, or as income, as salary, as business profits, as contributions and all that. Money comes to everybody in one way or the other, right? So the question is, that is the beginning point when money comes to you, irrespective of how it comes to you, whether it's through your salary, whether it's through your business, whether it's through your profits, however the money comes to you, money just comes to you, right? Now, the question is, when money comes to you, how effectively you are able to manage the money would determine whether you are able to multiply the money and you are able to make more money. So why a lot of people focus on making money and not paying attention to managing and multiplying that money that they have made, they end up losing money because it is a circle and each feeds into each other. Do you see? So if you are making money, no matter how much you make, have you seen people that you see somebody that can win a lottery today of maybe 10 million naira, and then in 1 month time that person is begging, that person is broke again. You can see somebody who was working in a very good company and was earning maybe 6-7 figures, and then maybe something happened in the workplace, the person was let go of his job, and in 3 months the person is begging. The person can no longer pay bills, the person can no longer feed. Maybe landlord is even threatening to evict the person, right? But that's somebody who has touched money, has handled money. You would even see some people who have built companies, multi-million naira companies and businesses, and have handled a lot of money. And then just for a short period where it seems there is a break in that flow of money, they are broke again. That is because it's in a circle. You make it, you manage it, you multiply it. The easiest part of it is making it. The easiest part of money is making it, because anybody can make money. You can call a relative and beg a relative and get money in form of gifts. You can, find a job and then you make money in form of salary. You can start a business and make money in form of profits, right? Money can come to you in any way. But how well you are able to manage that money and whether you are able to multiply that money will determine whether you would make more money, or you will become broke again, or you would even be able to multiply that money and grow that money into a sustainable wealth channel. That's why you can see some people that you see two people, they are both working in the same company, right? And then they both get laid off because the company is having challenges. One is able to sustain and build a successful business from the knowledge, from the wealth of knowledge that he had gathered from working in that company for the number of years that he had worked in that company, and continue to make money, even much more money than he was making when he was an employee of that company. And another person would be completely broke and probably homeless and will not be able to feed, will not be able to meet basic needs of life. What's the difference between the two of them? Is substance and understanding of money. For example, I have an uncle who used to work in a oil company, right? And at some point in the company, they were threatening to lay them off, and eventually they laid him off, When they laid him off, he decided to go into consulting and put all his knowledge into consulting. When he went into consulting, in 1 month, he made more than his 1 year's salary in 1 month. And then he started building structures into that consulting business. Today, he's making so much more, and his life is much more better than when he was on paid employment. But he also has other colleagues who were laid off with him around that same time. And some of them, their children have dropped out of university because he cannot pay their school fees anymore. Do you see? So these two people, they worked in the same company, they handled money, they were exposed to money, right? But what they were able to do with it afterwards is completely different. Now, that person, that second colleague, when that person was working, he was not investing, he was not managing his money effectively, he was enjoying life, right? Because I work in an oil company, he was enjoying life, living in a luxurious apartment and everything, and didn't even have his own house. Today, that person is homeless. That person will always be calling to beg for money. Do you see? So two different persons. Now, my question to you again is, do you really think that what you need is more money or money mastery? Because you will see somebody who is by the roadside selling akara, and that person is able to build a house from selling akara. And the person is able to train all his children to school from selling akara. But you see somebody else who is working in the bank and earning 5-6 figures, but the person is not able to build a house. The person is living from paycheck to paycheck, and the person is not able to show anything tangible for all the years of work and all the income that has been earned. So now the question is, do that person really need more money? Because if you give that person more money, the truth is, it will still be lost, right? But if that person is able to gain money mastery, the little that person has, the person is able to maximize it. That's the reason why you will see two people, they are working on a construction site, right? Carrying concrete on their head, and they are receiving daily pay. One person is able to, save up and build a strong business or even build a house, train his children from that job. Another person, maybe his daily pay is 5,000 naira. In the morning, he would have spent like 2,500 to eat. Before he leaves, he will buy snacks and all that and all that. By the time he's leaving the workplace by the end of the day, probably he has finished spending the entire 5K, or maybe he's left with 500 naira. But another person would maybe just manage, spend like 500 or so, bring food from home and all that, and go home with his entire 5,000, or be doing contribution of maybe 225 or 3,000, and then he's saving, and at the end of the month he's able to have a tangible amount of money that he's able to use to do something very serious. Now, these two people, do you really think they need more money? Or this person that is not able to do anything, do you really think the person needs more money, or the person needs money mastery? So my question to you again, I'm going to ask you again, do you really think that you need more money, or you need more money mastery? Because the truth is that if you do not master money, you will not, no matter how much you are given, you will not be able to make anything tangible out of it. And that's what brings us to this conversation that we're having today around smart money habits, right? So now I want to share a few things about money with you, right? Number one, money is a tool. Money is a tool. And what is a tool? A tool is something that you use to get results. A tool is something that you use to craft something, you use to work on something so that you are able to get a better output, a better outcome out of that thing. Money is a tool that you should use to get better results out of your life. That's the reason why you use money to eat, so that you'll be healthy. That's why you use money to train your children to school or go to school, so that you'll be educated. That's why you use money to build a house, so that you live comfortably, right? Money is a tool that you use to achieve a particular result. So if you do not see it as a tool, you may not be able to maximize it. So the question is, when you know that money is a tool, what do you want to achieve out of money? As an individual, what do you want to achieve out of it? It's just like now, I have a machine, right? And then maybe 3 people are called and they are given, let's say, a blending machine, right? And then one decides that, oh, this blending machine, what do I want to do with it? Let me just throw it away. Another one says that, okay, this blending machine, I don't know how to blend, and I don't think I want to blend, but maybe I should rent it to people who are blending, so that they can blend, and then they can make money and give me something out of it. Another one can say, oh, okay, directly, let me use it to start up a business, to blend things and then make money out of it. That is the different understanding, right? So the people who are putting it into use, they have an understanding that this is a tool, and this tool can be used to generate wealth. This tool can be used to generate money. So let me put it into use. But another person can take it and just drop it there and say, what are you even giving me? You want to give me a gift? You are just giving me machine. What do I want to use blending machine to do? Do you understand? So two people, 3 people are seeing a blending machine. One person is seeing a, what's it called? A fruits or a natural juice business that can use the blending machine to start. Another person is seeing a lending business that he can use the tool to lend to people who need it and then collect commission. Another person is seeing it as a waste or a gift that is not needed. Do you see? So you see different mindsets. So the same thing cannot mean the same tool, the same money, the same amount of money cannot mean the same thing to everybody, because it has to do with your understanding. Do you understand? So for example, I can call 3 people and give all 3 persons 1,000 naira, right? 1,000 naira. Or let's say 10,000 naira, and give 3 people 10,000 naira. One person will see a new shoe, right? Another person will see a latest stock that he or she wants to buy and invest in. Another person can see a business that he or she wants to quickly start, or a need that he or she wants to quickly meet. It means different things to different people. So the question to you is, what does money mean to you? Right? The money you have in your hands, that is a tool in your hands. What can you use it to achieve? What can you use it to do? It may not be much. Sometimes, yes, the volume matters, but many a times, it's not just about the volume, it's about what you are able to do with it. Do you understand? It's about what you are able to make out of it, what you are able to do with it. Do you understand? So the question is, do you see money as a tool? Or do you see money as just a means of enjoyment? Or do you just see money as, oh, it's just for spending? Do you understand? That's the number one wisdom I want to share with you today. If you begin to see money as a tool, it will help you to begin to think differently, and you begin to approach money differently. When money comes into your hands, you begin to think, what can I use this money to do? How can I multiply the money? How can I use this money how can I turn this money around for a significant result? Do you see? Right. So I want you to think and ask yourself, all the money I have in my hand, what kind of tool could that money be? Maybe the money you have in your accounts, the money you are expecting, the money you already have in your hands. I want you to put in the comment section, what kind of tool do you think that money is, and what kind of outcome do you think that is possible for you to get out of that money? Now, number two points. Money changes hands. Money changes hands. You see, in Nigeria, there was a time when Nigeria was so wealthy that, that our president at the time said that, or the head of state, not president, said that Nigeria's problem was not money. Nigeria's problem was how to spend money. Nigeria had so much money that our leaders were saying that the problem we had was how to spend money. Today, Nigeria is in so much debt that you would wonder, is it the same Nigeria of the 1960s that has so much money early into independence of the country? Right. What has happened? But at that time, the Western world was not that developed. The Western world were not, they didn't have all the amenities that they have today. But what happened? We started transporting our wealth to those places through stealing of our money, through importation, not producing our own goods and services and all that. And before you know what's happening, money started changing hands. Money changes hands. So for example, now, somebody wins 1 million naira today, right? You have the 1 million naira in your hand today, and then you decide that, okay, this 1 million naira, I'm going to go and buy food stuff in my house, 100,000. What has happened? Money has changed hands. Do you understand? 100,000 has left your hand and has been transferred to the hands of people that are selling things. People that are selling the goods and services that you need. Do you understand? And then you think, and then you say, oh, I need to pay my rent too. My rent is 500,000 naira. And then you take 500,000 again, and then you give it to your landlord. What has happened? Money has changed hands. Do you understand? So 500,000 has left your hand and has gone to your landlord. So money has changed hands again. Then you are left with 400,000. And then you say, oh, this remaining 400,000, I need to change my wardrobe. And then you go to a boutique and you spend 200,000 there and you buy new clothing, and shoes. What has happened? Money has changed hands again. 200,000 has left your hand and has gone to the hand of the people that are selling, the person that you bought the clothes and shoes from. So your money was not lost. Money is not lost. It just changes hands. It changes hands from the person who needs a value to the person who has value to offer. So it means that if you need money and you need more money, you need to identify value that you can offer. because money would always change hands, from the hands of those who are in need, to the hands of those who have to supply and are put enough structures in place to be able to exchange that value for money. Do you understand? So if you are a person of value, you would always have money. You would always have money. But day in, day out, money is changing hands. Money is moving from your hand to other people's hands. Money is moving from other people's hands to your hands. So the question is, the movement of money within your in your account, or within from your hands and to your hands, how reasonable it is. Is it profitable to you or not profitable to you? Do you understand? So if you are a wise person, you would ensure that as money is changing hands, more money is coming into your hands than leaving your hands. When we say when more money is coming into your hands than leaving your hands, what it means is that your income is more than your expenditures. If your expenditures is more than your income, then it means that more money is leaving your hands than coming into your hands. Then where are you getting the excess money to spend? It means that you are either borrowing, you are either begging from relatives, you are either, lobbying here and there, to be able to spend more money. But a smart money habit would ensure that more money is coming into your hands than leaving your hands. So I want you to put in the comment section, reflect in the last 1 month. Do you think more money has come into your hands than has left your hands, or more money has left your hands than has come into your hands? So I want to see it in the comment section. So tell me in the comment section, in the last 1 month, reflect on your finances and tell me, has more money left your hands than come into your hands, or more money has come into your hands than has left your hands? So in simple terms, your income and your expenditure, which is greater or which is larger? Is it your income or your expenditure? Did you spend more than you made, or more than you received, or you spent less than you made or you received? So I want you to put it in the comment section. I want to read your comments. Yes. Yes. I want to read your comments. And then we would move on to the third point. Yes. And I am asking this question because a smart money person, or a smart money habit, would be very, very conscious of the flow of money. Very, very conscious. Very, very conscious with the flow of money, because it goes a long way to determine your future. Now, one thing you need to note is this: money is tripartite. Money has a past, money has a present, money has a future, right? So your past is what you have spent money on in the past, right? Your present are your current expenses. Your future, right, is your investments, your savings, your investment. So many of the times what happens is that when money gets into people's hands, they spend more on their past and their present. Maybe they've taken things on credit, they have, piled up bills, and they have current needs and expenditures. So they kind of service their past and service their present without servicing their future. So I always tell people that every money you make, ensure that a component of it goes into your future in savings and investments. Don't service your past, service your present, and ignore your future. Right. So let me see the comment. Okay, I spend more than I make. Okay. Then if you spend more than you make, then the next question to you, Mia, is this. If you spend more than you make, then where do you get the excess that you spend? then the next question is, where did you get the excess that you spend? Because you need to start reflecting and asking questions. You need when you reflect and ask questions, what it will do for you is that it will help you to begin to shine your eye, and you will become more aware, because the The starting point of every financial transformation begins from awareness. If you do not know and you are not aware that you are not making wise decisions, or you are not spending as you should spend, then you are not going anywhere. Oh, you have uncles and friends. Wow, congratulations to you. I want to be like you, to have uncles and friends that can fund more than, fund my expenses. Okay, Jacob says, I spent more than I earned last month. Oh, wow. Then where did you get the excess from? Tell me, where did you get the excess from? Chinam, so okay, my expenses is higher than your income. Wow. So everyone, like almost everyone here, are spending more than they made. So the question to you is, where did the excess come from? Have you sat down to think about it? Number one. Number two, do you think it will make any difference if that excess, instead of spending it, right, you rather saved it or invested it? Do you think it will make more sense? Do you think it will make more sense if, instead of utilizing it for expenses to service your past and your present, you had utilized it for savings and for investment? Do you think it would have made more sense? That's the second question to you. The third question to you, feel free to put your response in the comment section, right? The third question to you would be that, do you think that those expenses were avoidable? Do you think that those expenses were avoidable? Is there a way that you could have avoided those expenses? Now, there are things that are unavoidable. Probably it has to do with life and death. It has to do with survival, right? Sometimes there may be emergencies, things you did not plan for, you did not pray for, and the likes, But there are certain expenses that are avoidable. So do you think that it is avoidable or unavoidable? So put it in the comment section and let me see. Yes. Now, the third point I want to, or the third point about money is this: money has attractions. Money has attractions. And I want you to put it in the comment section. Money has attractions. Now, the truth is this: money has either external or internal attractions. You will not really know what you like and certain things about yourself until you handle money or you do not have money. There are people who they have been so broke that they have been pushed to do certain things that on a normal day, they cannot believe it that they could do those things. Some went into crime, some went into questionable behaviors, some went into theft, and some compromised their values and what they thought they stood for. Do you see? Because of the lack of money. Now, there are some others are on this other extreme where they have so much money that they found themselves doing things that they didn't imagine. Some people, because they had so much money, they found themselves wearing some kind of clothing that on a normal day they wouldn't wear, eating some kind of food that on a normal day they thought they wouldn't eat, finding themselves in places that on a normal day they wouldn't go, and you are just wondering, where is this coming from? But this person was not like this before. That's because money has attractions. And those attractions could be positive or could be negative. Those attractions could be what? Positive or negative. So you see some people that when they have money, then, they are being more generous. They are able to help people. They think of positive actions and positive activities to do. They think of investments. They think positively and all that. But there are some other people, they have money and they are thinking of, when is the next party? Where is the next happening place? What is the next iPhone? iPhone 17 is out. Let's buy. What is the next latest shoe? Let's buy. Do you understand? So money has attractions, and you need to note that. And those attractions could be positive or negative. Some of the attraction could be people. The truth is that when you are broke, there are some kind of people that you will naturally attract. When you are wealthy, there are some people that you will naturally attract as well. That's why they usually say that You don't know your true friends, or your real true friends are not those that you made when you were in wealth or when you started making money. Your true friends are those you met or you made when you did not have anything. Because money would attract all kind of things to you, good and bad. Do you understand? So you, as a smart money person, what do you need to do? As a wealth builder, what do you need to do? You need to be conscious of this. You need to be conscious that money has attractions, and you need to be cautious of the attractions of money. Now, by being conscious that money has attractions, either ways, whether you have money or you do not have money, you have to be conscious. What are my values? Who am I? What do I stand for? To ensure that your having money or lack of money is not pushing you into things that you would regret, or things that you wouldn't like the results. Because definitely money has attractions. And then being cautious in the sense that you are setting structures in your life to ensure that you're having so much money or not having money will not push you into things that you would not be happy about. So you have accountability structures in your life, you have coaches, you have mentors, you have people who, can call you to order, you have people who will talk to you, you have people who will look out for you, you have friends who will ensure that you are not making mistakes. Because there have been people that have hit some breakthroughs in their life, and that breakthroughs have been the beginning of their doom. Why? Because that money came with its attractions, and those attractions could not be properly managed, and the attractions ended up destroying them. Some of those attractions could be habits, those attractions could be friends, those attractions could be just cares of life. Do you understand? Those attractions could just, be just flirting, enjoyment. You feel like you have arrived, you want to enjoy, you want to, and all that. So money has attractions. As a smart money person, as a wealth builder, you must be conscious of the attractions of money and be cautious of the attractions of money. And that's the difference between people who will build sustainable wealth and people who the money in their hands would not last. So there are people who, people who are cautious of the attractions of wealth. They are able to build structures around themselves, build accountability systems around themselves, so that they do not stray in the midst of wealth or in the midst of poverty, and they remain sane, because it's only a phase of life. Whatever phase you are in now, whether you have money, you don't have money, it's just a phase of life, and you would navigate that phase. But the question is, what are you becoming as you navigate that phase of life? Do you understand? That is what matters. Now, the fourth point about money is this: money has power. Whether you believe it or not, money has power, so much power. You will be shocked at the power that money has. Money naturally attracts power. So where there is money, power flows. You would even see naturally, once you are well dressed, you are driving a big car. In fact, you get into certain places, they just open the gate for you. But once you are coming in a jalopy or in or you are trekking, they will search you, they would ask you plenty questions and those kind of things. Money has power, and you need to be conscious of the power that money comes with. But while moving on, I want to ask you, what are some of the attractions of money that you have identified in your life that you think that you need to be conscious about, or you need to be cautious about? I want you to put it in the comment section. What are some attractions, some money attractions that you have identified in your life that you think that you need to be conscious about, or you need to be cautious about? Right. So put it in the comment section, and I'm looking forward. Now, the fifth point I want to mention is money is not static. Money is constantly on the move. Now, let me explain to you. If you have 5,000 naira today, the truth is that by tomorrow, you do not still have 5,000 naira. Even if you have not spent that money, the entire 5,000 naira is still on your hand, or is still in your hand. the value of 5,000 naira has changed, especially in the economy of Nigeria, where the inflation is very, very fickle. Today it is this rate, tomorrow it is that rate. The prices of things are changing by the minute and by the day. And international affairs are also impacting the inflation rate. The truth is that the money that is in your hands is not static. So you may think that I have 5,000 naira today, but you do not have 5,000 naira tomorrow. So that 5,000 naira, if you apply inflation rate to it, it may have reduced to 4,800 or 4,900 or 4,950 naira. Do you see? So you have to be conscious that you are constantly either growing your money or you are constantly maximizing your money, because it's two things. It's either your money is growing or your money is deteriorating. If you are not saving properly and investing your money is deteriorating. And you are not making more money, then the money is deteriorating, right? So you have to ensure that your money is moving positively, because money is constantly on the move, right? So as a smart money person, you need to ensure that, or as a wealth builder, you need to ensure that your money is constantly increasing. Do you understand? Either you are saving it for the future, for future investments, or you are maximizing it to meet certain critical needs, or you may not be able to use everything, but you are leveraging it and you are ensuring that you are paying your future. You are paying your future, and part of that income is going into your future, and not everything is being spent in the current immediate. Right. So let me see the comment section. Yes, Jacob said yes. I think it would have made more sense to save more and invest. Great. Thank you for that. Okay, just says data. What do you use data for? Okay, I'd love to know. Mia says cloth, data, small chops. Oh wow, interesting. So interesting and good to know that you are identifying your money attractions. So the next question you would need to answer is, what structure do I need to put in place so that when I make more money, I do not waste it? For example, there are people who, where their data gets, or where they consume all their data is on TikTok. You are just on TikTok scrolling, or on Instagram scrolling. You understand? And then in a day, you realize that you want like 5 gig. And 5 gig is like, let's say 3,500 naira. That is in one day. Imagine that you are doing that every day. In 10 days, that's 35,000 naira. In a month, that's over 100,000 naira. That's some people's salary. In 1 month, that's some people's salary. So what do you need to do? You put structures. You put structures in your life and tell yourself that, okay, I'm only going to spend 30 minutes on social media every day, or I'm only going to spend 20 minutes on social media every day, or I will not waste time just scrolling the internet just like that. I will go on social media intentionally. Maybe I'm going to look for an information, or I'm going to follow up on my social media content, or I'm going to make a post or something. But you just have to set the structures. Otherwise, you realize that when you have more money and you're able to afford more, then you are wasting your time. Because now the bad thing about it is that you are not just spending money, you're also spending life, spending time. Your time is what? Unit of life. So it means that you are spending life, and every time you spend just scrolling, life is going. That's why one of the things I hate the most personally is somebody wasting my time. Either you are supposed to meet up or something, and then you are coming late. It pisses me off so much, because I feel like you are wasting my life. You understand? Or you do not respect my life. For you to waste my time, it means that you are somebody that I should pay attention to. I should be careful of. Do you understand? So it's something that we should note, right? So now I'm glad to know that we have identified some money attractions. Yes. So tell me, so far, what has been your key take home? There are a few more points I want to share with you, before we call it a evening, right? What are your key take homes so far? What are some of the things that have resonated with you, your light bulb moments so far? I want you to drop it in the chat. What are some key things that have resonated with you, your light bulb moments so far? Then I'm going to be sharing with you 5 wisdom or 5 smart money habits. And please, if you have questions, drop them in the chat. Drop them in the chat. I'm going to ensure that I respond to all of your questions. Okay? So drop your light bulb moments in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat. What has resonated with you? What has touched you the most from the conversation that we have had this evening so far? Now, moving on, I want to share with you 5 smart money habits. 5 smart money habits that will move you from your current state to a better level or to a higher state. Number 1, smart money habits starts with smart money vision. The truth is that if you do not have vision for your money and you do not have a wealth vision or a financial vision, you are going nowhere. Do you understand? Like if you are a salary earner, you should be able to have a vision for your life for the next 5 years and have a vision broken down to every year and have a vision broken down to every month. If you have no vision, the truth is that as money is coming, you are spending like that. Now, what will a smart money vision entail? A smart money vision will entail that, okay, I only want to be in paid employment in the next 5 years, or I want to be in paid employment for the next 10 years, or I want to, build my career. I'm a career person. I don't want to go into business or go into other things. I just want to build a very successful career. But in the next 5 years, I want to have built a house. I want to have, had a property. Right. That's a long-term financial vision. Now you break it down. If I want to have a property in the next 5 years, like how much does property cost on the average right now? Properties cost, let's say, depending on where and depending on what kind of property, from 30 million and above, you can get a property or get a house. Now, how much is my salary? My salary is maybe 300,000 in a month. How do I achieve this vision with 300 naira salary in a month? Do you understand? And then you are now telling yourself, okay, what is my average expenses? If I am able to save 100,000 or 150,000 naira every month, and I put it in, and I'm able to, and at some point I'm able to invest some of the monies that I have saved for it to multiply, will I be able to get a house, or will I be able to get a land and start building little by little? The engineers have told us that to build a 3-bedroom bungalow, you need roughly around maybe 3,500 to 5,000 blocks. And how much is a block? A block is less than 1,000 naira. So you already have a vision. So the fact that you have a vision, what it does for you is that when your money comes, you are not thinking of the latest shoe, the latest iPhone, the latest dress, or how to load your phone with data. What you are thinking about is, how do I save this month? I usually tell people that if you do not have a plan for your money have a plan for you. Money always have a plan. There are always expenses to spend on. There are always things that would require your money. So you now need to take charge of your money by having a plan. And the plan starts from you saying, okay, what is my vision? What do I want to achieve by the end of this year? If you are saving 100,000 every month, by the end of the year, you should have saved 1.2 million naira. And with 1.2 million naira, you can put it into some investments that can turn around to give you a reasonable profit. Do you understand? That can give you a reasonable profit, because a lot of people will say, oh, I don't want to save, I want to invest. But have you forgotten that the money you would invest, you have to save it first? For example, if somebody comes up to you and say, oh, there is this commercial paper and the interest rate is, let's say, 25% per annum, That's like a juicy investment opportunity. But then they tell you that the minimum order is 1 million naira. Do you have 1 million anywhere to put into that investment opportunity? No, you don't. So it starts from saving. Do you understand? Or somebody just comes to you and say, oh, distress sale. This person wants to relocate. And then this person is selling his house and selling the house that ordinarily would be worth 30 million naira, because the person wants to sell it quickly. Then the person is willing to sell it for 15 million. Do you have 15 million anywhere to quickly grab that opportunity? No. So the essence of you saving and having a strong financial discipline is so that you'll be able to maximize investment opportunities when they come. If you have no savings, investment juicy opportunities will pass you by like this, and you will not be able to key into it. Why? Because you do not have what it takes to key into it. Do you understand? So you need to have a vision and tell yourself, okay, every month, this is how much I want to save this year. By the end of this year, I want to have this amount in my savings. And then I will use so percentage for maybe long-term investment and so percentage for short-term investment, so that I can easily turn around the short-term investment in case there is an opportunity. Like I usually tell people that when you are investing, don't invest all your money in long-term investment. Ensure you have some what we call liquid investments, some investment that you can easily turn around into money. Let's say, for example, you see a bigger or a more juicy investment opportunities, and you already have your money in a savings, in an interest savings account, in an interest savings account. Instead of you to lose that opportunity, you can easily just go into that interest savings account and pull the money and use it for that particular opportunity. But if you already have all your money in, let's say, stocks will take you time to sell, right? Or you have all your money in commercial paper that is fixed for maybe 1 year. That will take you a long time to turn around. So that opportunity may not be sitting down and waiting for you. So you may end up losing that opportunity. And that's the reason why when you are investing, I think maybe at some point we'll talk about investments. Then I'm going to shed more light about investments as we go on in this section. Not today, but maybe the next week, or the next month, or the next one, we may talk a bit about investment. That will not help you to be able to maximize that opportunities. But where does it start? It starts with you having a vision. You understand? Where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, the money perish. Even the money perish. Where there is no vision, everything perishes. So you need to have a financial vision, and it starts from setting a financial goal for yourself. A financial goal in savings, financial goal in investment. Do you understand? Now, what it does for you is that, which brings me to the second point, smart money vision will now bring about smart money commitments and smart money discipline. Do you understand? When you have a smart money vision, you have a vision that this is what I want to achieve financially this year, from now to the end of the year, or next year, for the next 6 months. This is what I want to achieve in my savings, in my investments, in my financial life. I want to cut down my expenses by so percentage. I want to be able to, save more of my money and all that. What it will do for you is that it will not lead to a smart money commitment, because you don't just set a vision without commitment. So you will now make a commitment that, okay, I will no longer be doing this thing that eats up my money, or I will reduce my data to this amount and all that. And that will bring about smart money discipline. Because the truth is that any wealthy person has attained some level of financial discipline and have strong or some level of financial commitments. They have financial commitments in investment. They have financial commitments in savings. They have financial commitments in how they spend their money. They have financial commitments in how they manage their money. Do you understand? So that smart money vision will lead or bet smart money commitments. You now begin to commit yourself that, okay, I'll commit myself to be saving this amount on a monthly basis. I'll commit myself to maybe make more money by doing this more activity. I'll commit myself to controlling my spending. I will not, these things that eat my money before, I'm going to reduce on them. I'll commit myself to. So your vision will push you to commitments and discipline that will help you attain that results. Do you see? So that's the reason why it starts from you having a smart money vision. Now, the third point is this. The third point is this. A smart money habit focuses on needs over status. Now, is only a financially foolish person, right, that your income increases at the same level of your expenditure increases at the same level of your income. So, for example, you were earning 50,000 naira, and then suddenly your salary was increased to 70,000 naira. And when you were earning 50,000 naira, you were spending 50,000 naira. And now your income has increased to 70,000 naira. You have also increased your expenditure to 70,000 naira. That's financial foolishness. I'm sorry to say, don't feel insulted, but that's financial foolishness, because your expenditure should not increase at the rate that your income is increasing. Even if your expenditure is going to increase, it should be at a reduced rate. Do you understand? So what happens is that the root of that habit, where expenditure will be increasing at the same rate of income, is because somebody wants to maintain a status symbol, or somebody wants to prove something to somebody. So maybe you were an assistant, you were moved to an office as an assistant, you were entering boss to work, and then you've been moved to an officer, and then your salary has been moved from 50,000 to 100,000, and then you want to show people that you are now an officer, instead of you entering boss, so that you maintain the same expenses for your transportation, and the excess money or the extra money you make from the promotion, you are able to save it and invest it, so that you are able to manage your money properly and multiply it. You now start entering Uber to work because you just want to show somebody that you are now an officer. A smart money person would prioritize needs over investment. So the question is, do you really need to take an Uber? Do you understand? So you have to ask yourself and answer those questions. Do you really need to? If it's not a need, then there is no point. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. You understand? You do not need to prove anything to anybody, especially when you know that you do not have income that would be able to fund that lifestyle that you want to live. If you already have sufficient investment, or somebody is funding the lifestyle, that's okay. But if you do not have sufficient income that will fund that lifestyle, there is no point. There is no point, because the truth is that at the end of the day, your result will show, right? The people that are hailing you right now because you are entering Uber and coming down from Uber, tomorrow if you are broke and you ask them for money, they will not be there to help you. Do you understand? And again, you don't also want to put yourself through that kind of situation whereby you start begging, or you start asking people for money. Do you see? So a smart money person would prioritize needs. So the question is it really a need? And why do you really want to incur that expenses? Is it because you need it, or because you want to make a point, or you want to prove something to somebody, or you just want to show? You understand? Because many of the times, if you check it very well, many of the things that increases our expenditures are things that you just really want to prove something to somebody. It's not really a need. Many of the times it's just a want, right? Then the next point is this, which is the second to last point, is smart money habits recognize that money is not limited to cash. Do you understand? A wise or a smart money person recognize that money is not limited to cash. Many of the times people think, when people hear money, they just think, oh, cash, how much is there? How many millions or how many thousands is there? Do you understand? But a smart money person recognize that it's not all about cash. Sometimes the relationships that you've built, the networks that you've built, the integrity that you've built, the name that you have built for yourself, the skill that you have learned. Do you understand? We go a long way to give you more money. There was a time in my career where, I was working in an organization at the time, and then I wanted to, within my role at the time, my role was very narrow and it did not allow me to learn certain skills. So I got another job that was a broader role, a higher role, and would give me the opportunity to learn the skill that I wanted to learn, but the salary was lower. So I was thinking about it, okay, do I make this sacrifice on this lower salary and all that? And then I spoke to, one of my mentors at the time, and then he told me, he said, so what's your priority at this time? Is it money, or is it what will fetch you money in the future? So I thought about it and I was like, okay, I need what will fetch me money. So I took that role for a slightly lower salary, just so that I can gain that skill. Now, after gaining that skill for, I think I was on that role for just 6 months, and then I got a promotion on that role. And then the salary that I had left, I started earning much more than that. So if I'd remained on that lower role just because I wanted higher salary, I wouldn't have gotten the skills that I got, and I wouldn't have gotten the promotion. And from there, I moved up to other senior, other bigger opportunities with bigger salary. Do you see? So sometimes it's not just about cash. If you view money from the standpoint of just cash, then you are going to be missing a lot, because many of the times money is in knowledge, money is in skills. And if you understand that money is in knowledge and money is in skills as well, what it does for you is that it helps you to begin to think of how you can monetize your skills, how you can monetize your knowledge, how you can leverage what you have to be able to make more money for yourself. There are two people can be working in the same office and doing the same job. One understands that this knowledge I have is a serious value that people need, and the person is able to take side gigs and able to do consulting by the side to be able to make more money. But the second person does not even understand the gravity of the knowledge that he or she has, and the person is just sitting there and waiting for every month's end to come so that he goes home with salary. There are two different sets of people. Mr. A has recognized that I have money in my brain, I have money in my hands, in my skill, and in what I can do. Mr. B have not yet recognized that. Mr. B just sits down and wait for the paycheck at the end of the month. So I want to ask you, what are the other monies that you have? What are the other monies that you have? Either you have recognized, or that you are maximizing, or that you are not maximizing. I want you to put it in the chat. What are the other monies that you have? Is it a skill? Is it a knowledge that you have that you can monetize? Is it even a smile? Is it even a voice? Is it even beauty? Right? Because in this day and age of social media, if you are even beautiful and you love camera, you can even go into modeling and all that and just promote things for people. So what are the other skills that you have? Is it even talking that you can make people laugh? Do you understand? So what are the other skills that you have identified that you can leverage to be able to make more money? Put them in the chat. I want to read them. And please put your questions in the chat. We are wrapping up already. We are coming to the end of the section. So the last point I want to share with you is that smart money habit understands the money triangle. And I started with the money triangle and I'm ending with the money triangle, right? A smart money person understands that I don't just need to make money. I also need to be able to manage the money effectively. And I also need to be able to multiply the money. If I just make the money and I do not manage it, then the money is wasted, then the money is not multiplied, and then the money does not grow. So a smart money person understands that no matter how small I make, I should be able to effectively manage it in a way that a component of it pays into my future in form of savings, in form of investments, and in form of building or generating other streams of income or other ways of making money so that I am able to grow my overall wealth portfolio. That is a smart money person. So the question to you is this: how well are you managing your money, right? And then the question I asked at the beginning was, do you think you need more money or do you need more money mastery? And that's the reason why I tell people that it's not just about making money. You can make money. There are two people that are on the same job. They are earning the same salary. One has a house. The other do not have anything. One have a lot of investments. The other one is just living large and living big. Two different set of people, but they are earning the same salary. Do you understand? So it's not just about how much you make. It's about how much you are able to make out of what you are making. How much you are able to make out of what you are making. That is what makes you a smart money person. That's what makes you a wealth builder. How much you are able to make out of what you're making is what makes you a wealth builder. And that is what will determine what your future, what your financial future would look like. And that's the reason why in the Wealthconomy, we create that enabling environment for people to save under very disciplined conditions, and then they are able to eventually invest the money that they have saved over time and able to utilize it for more profitable venture. So let me take your questions for the next few minutes and then we would call it a night. But okay, yes, I have a last point, but let me take your questions. Chinomso says, how do I save? Should I save whenever I receive my monthly income or just save whenever I have an income? So now there are two. If you are somebody, first of all, I advise people that save in the frequency of your income. So if you are somebody that you make money on a daily basis, save on a daily basis. Because don't forget, I said that money is tripartite. A component of the money you make belongs to your past, a component belongs to your present, a component belongs to your future. So you should not sacrifice one for the other. So in the same frequency you are making money, ensure you are also saving in that same frequency. So if you are a salary earner, you are making money on a monthly basis, save on a monthly basis. If you are making money on a weekly basis, save on a weekly basis. If you are making money on a daily basis, save on a daily basis. That makes it easier for you, right? Because if you make money on a daily basis and you want to wait till the end of the month before you save, you would have realized that you may have spent most of the money, and at the end of the day is the remnants that you are trying to struggle to put together. And you should remove your savings first before you spend. Savings before spending. I want you to put it in the chat. Savings before spending. Savings before spending. So you should remove your savings first before you spend. That is the way to go, because human wants are insatiable. If you want to spend first before you save, you would realize that as you are spending, more things are coming up that you need to buy. More things. Have you ever been to a supermarket before, or to the market before, and you plan that you just want to buy only one thing, only two things, and you ended up coming back with 10 things? That's human for you, right? So if you have already removed your savings, then you would know that what you have at hand has to do with your spending or your disposable income, so that you are not eating into your savings. Right. Any other question? Question. Yes, we are like an hour, 8 minutes into this section, and I think we need to begin to wrap up. But when I was preparing for this session, I was trusting God for what exactly He would want to deal with in this section. Beyond all what I have spoken to you, one of the key things I want you to take home from this session is this: you need to deal with the cycle of waste. Many people, what is killing their finances is not necessarily the fact that they are not making enough money, but because they are wasting a lot of money. When you are living your life in a way that you are wasting a good chunk of your finances, is like you have a basket and then you are pouring water into a basket. What happens when you are pouring water into a basket? You are putting in a lot of effort to fetch the water, to do the work, go to your office every day, to show up at your business place every day, to show up on or at your job every day, and then you make the money and then you are pouring it in and everything is leaking out. So you need to identify areas of waste in your life and close those gaps. Now, those wastes could be in form of a mindset of I just want to enjoy life. Some people have the mindset of you make it, you spend it. That's just their mindset. So as the money is coming, they are spending everything. They just want to enjoy themselves. They go to the most expensive restaurants, even though you are not at that level yet. You want to wear designers clothes and designer shoes, even though you know that you can't afford it yet. You are comparing yourself with other people, even though there is no basis of comparison. Because let's say, for example, I have a colleague who we all work in the same office, and then this colleague, we are both earning the same salary. Let's assume we're earning the same salary, right? And then this colleague is carrying a Chanel bag, and then I look at the colleague and I know my salary. Let's say we're earning 200,000, and I'm like, oh, this person is carrying a Chanel bag, so me too, I want to buy a Chanel bag. That person may be from a wealthy family. That Chanel bag may be a gift. Do you understand? There are people who, yes, they are working, but their salary is not what is funding their life. So imagine that now that you're on the same job, you're not looking at yourself that, oh, it's not BC that we are colleagues and we're earning the same salary, and BC is wearing a smartwatch. BC is using an iPhone 17. So me too, I want to use an iPhone 17. The honest truth is that you would be killing your finances. So there is just no basis of comparison, because the financial responsibilities we have are completely different. Our financial background is completely different. Our financial orientation are completely different. Some people come from a family where they have a lot of opportunities. They have a lot of, they are already coming from a standpoint of advantage. So you cannot compare yourself to those persons. Everybody needs to chart their own financial course. Everybody needs to set their own financial vision, and everybody needs to run their own financial race. Do you understand? And maximize the opportunities that is out there for you. Do you understand? So you need to close every loophole of waste. And I'm trusting God today that God will give you wisdom. And as you go back home, God will open your eyes to those areas of your life that you are wasting money, to those potholes in your life where monies are leaking out from. Whether it's in form of fear of missing out, oh, I'll miss out if I don't do this, or if I don't enjoy this, or it is peer pressure. You are looking at your friends are doing this or that, or it is just carelessness. Some people just carelessness. Maybe you're on prepaid meter, and then you are fond of leaving the light on, leaving AC on, leave iron on, leave everything on, and then you are buying units that should last you for 1 week is lasting you for 2 days. Just because you are not turning off your electrical appliances. That's just waste and carelessness. Do you understand? And then for some, it is ignorance. They don't just know. Lack of knowledge. That's the reason why you need a community like Wealthconomy, where you are constantly reminded of your financial responsibilities, and you are constantly drawn to financial responsibility and accountability that will help you to be able to achieve your financial goal. Whether it is foolishness, whether it is stinginess, for some it's just stinginess, penny wise, pound foolish. You understand? So you need to do something now, and then maybe the thing is the original. Let's say you want to buy charger. The original charger is 3,000, but they tell you that there is a one that is not so original that is like 2,000. Now you buy that one of 2,000, and then in 2 days it is spot, and then in 2 days time you have to go and buy another one of 2,000, and then you before you know you are buying a third one. In 1 week you are buying a third charger, 6,000 naira. Why don't you just buy the original one, 3,000 naira once and for all, and then you have a charger? That's what they call penny wise, pound foolish. So you keep going in the same cycle, of waste. It's my prayer for you today that God will open your eyes to those areas of waste and those areas of leakages in your life, so that you will be able to close them. Because the truth is that you cannot grow wealth, you cannot grow financially, and you cannot build sustainable wealth if you are constantly wasting money. And the truth is that money would run away from wasters. Money would always run away from wasters. If you are somebody that do not utilize and maximize money properly, money will run away from you naturally. It will not be attracted to you. So it is my prayer for you today that God will open your eyes. And I want you, as you go back home, reflect upon your life, reflect upon your expenses. Most of you have said that you make or more than you aim. Reflect upon it and ask yourself, are there areas of waste in my expenses? Are there expenses that I can cut down on? Instead of spending this money on this, can I rather save it? Can I rather invest it? If you need to sign up for Wealthconomy, sign up now so that you start saving immediately and you start making wise financial decisions. Okay, so I trust God to really help you, and that's my prayer for you, and that's the last point that I'm going to be wrapping up on. But let me just see if there are any quick questions, and I'm going to take that. How many percentage of my income can I always save? I would advise a minimum of 20%, Mia. So if you are, no matter what you are earning, a minimum of 20% of your income should be saved. And I would take that from a scriptural perspective where, in Genesis, where Joseph had the dream. And then, the 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine, the recommendation was 20%. So I always say that you should not save anything less than 20% of your income, right? So savings before spending. How can I cut unnecessary spending? Nuruddin, you just reflect on your expenses and ask yourself, what is a need and what is a want? Is there something I can do without? Is there something I can do without? Is there an habit or a carelessness that I indulge in that is affecting my finances? And then cut down on it. And sometimes you may need to talk to, if you think that is really very bad, you may need to talk to somebody one-on-one, maybe like a financial coach, to really like sit with you and help you understand your financial pattern. Because some of these habits, it may be from the way you were brought up, it may be from the kind of models and examples that you have seen around you growing up. You understand? Some of them may be coming from a deeper issue. Do you understand? For example, somebody who is suffering from inferiority complex, you are always under pressure to want to prove a point to people. So you find yourself going an extra mile to do things that you cannot afford just because you want to prove a point to people. In that kind of a situation, you need a coach to help you, or a mentor to guide you, to hold you accountable, and then to help you to heal from that deeper issue. Because if that deeper issue is not addressed, you would think that you just spend a lot, you can't help yourself. But the main issue has not yet been dealt with. So you may need help, and it's a sign of wisdom to identify where you need help and then seek that help. Okay, there have been a lot of people that God have used me to help, that I have worked with and interacted with over the years, and I realized where the issues are, and we're able to resolve that together. Do you understand? Mia say, how can I join Wealthconomy? If Chinomso is still on the call, please drop the link. But you can, we will send you an email. So for everyone that signed up, if you signed up for the live section, we will send you an email. Otherwise, you can chat me up on any social media platform. If you are not on our Telegram group or you are not on our WhatsApp group, you can just chat me up and I will help you to sign up. Okay. I think that's the last question. So thank you so much, everyone. It's been an amazing time with you this evening. I enjoyed every bit of it. If you have any other questions, please feel free to share. If you are not on the Telegram group, I encourage you to please join the Telegram group so that when we be informed, and then from time to time we drop key information, and again, we can also get to interact there. If you have questions, especially if you are an active saver, if you are a member of the Wealthconomy Savers Club, there, if you require some level of support, I am able to also directly provide support to you from that community. So my name is Favour Excellence Olatunde. I'm excited and glad that we spent this amazing time together this evening. The replay will be up just in case you had network issues and you couldn't really follow through all of the section, and or in case you want to share with your friends, you want to share the video with your friends. We'll also drop the link when the replay is up. We'll also drop the link on how to sign up with the Wealthconomy in the video. So once you go to Favour Excellence on YouTube, once the video is up, it usually takes some hours for the video to be up. But once it's up, you'll find all the details there. And then we look forward to interacting with you. I love you so much. And don't forget to go back and do those reflections and close up those waste points and those holes in your finances that is leaking up, your wealth. And I wish you all the best, and I look forward to your testimonies. Please don't forget to tell me how this section has been for you so far, your light bulb moments and the things that stood up for you. I'll be looking forward to read from you. Bye for now.